welcome. I'm Christine Dean, your DFW Networking Diva, or the Networking Diva, because now I'm doing stuff globally. Crazy, right? I'm excited today, though, because we have Kenny K. Hello, Kenny. Woo,
Hey, how we doing, Christine?
I am so excited. It's been a while since we caught up, so let's just catch up with everybody. That being the case,
Absolutely.
they don't know you yet, and I'm excited because you are on the board of directors with me for the Veterans Ranch.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Been on there for a few years now, and it's a privilege to, when I go to gun shows to go see JR, and that's my main purpose. I have gone on one ride with the whole crew, and that was almost 2 years ago here in Florida.
Wow, yeah, the time flies, doesn't it? Well,
Yes,
so
it does.
what's your favorite thing with helping with the ranch?
It's really giving back to the veterans. I'm a service-connected veteran myself at Desert Shield, Desert Storm. So it's giving that hand up to those people, because horseback riding and horses really calm, especially people with PTSD. And it makes you really calm with the horse and learning their mentality. And it's just all around just a good thing to get out and ride with a horse and be part of the horse, because you and the horse become one together in all actualities. And it's very just heartwarming.
It is. And I know there's so many different kinds of therapy options out there, and trying to find the right one for you that works best for you, right? And we have options. And when we look at it, equine therapy, as they call it, the fancy words for it, right? Horse therapy.
Well, it's so much better than taking all these medications that the doctors give you. And it's like they're horse tranquilizers. Well, you might as well just get on a horse and go ride someplace.
Exactly. A lot more fun. And, we've got a couple horses. Not only do we have a couple of horses, if I remember correctly, Kenny K, you sponsored one of those horses. Talk to us.
Yeah, the opportunity came up. I threw a board challenge out there, and it's like, I was a little inspired by God. I'll just have to say, it's like, I'm not going to wait for them to match me. I called JR. It's like, just put me down. Put me down. I'll sponsor the horse solely. And she is a beautiful mare. She's a paint, but I had to call JR. She's Arabian. I never seen a painted Arabian. So I think there's some mix in there. I don't think maybe we need to do a DNA test here, JR. But
Right?
she's a beauty. Unfortunately, she's in Texas, so I'm going to have to come down there and ride her.
She is. I'm looking forward to go and visit. She's just actually maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours from me. That's a pretty good excuse to go over, visit, and say hi to the new cutie that we have. We have a couple of them now. And, you mentioned you sponsored the horse. And for those that don't understand what that looks like, right? So this one you sponsored, so we could bring her into the family, right?
Yes, I paid the adoption fees. So she was at one of those humane society for horses, and there's quite a few around the country that, whether people can't take care of their horse, or the owners have passed away, so we had that opportunity. It came up, and she's a beauty. She's a little underweight, but we'll fatten her up. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So you can sponsor a horse and bring one on and help us adopt a horse, or you could sponsor a horse by helping feed it, take care of its trips to the vet. Actually, the vet usually comes first, right? But here's Dakota that's adopted. So Dakota is a pretty little baby right here, 6-year-old and 15.3 hands tall. Now, I always have a hard time with the hand thing. Your hands are my hands.
I think there's a standard there. Probably more so my hands.
Probably, right? But we need sponsors to help pay for their feed, their hay, right? Vet visits and all that kind of stuff. So if anybody wants to help continue to sponsor Dakota, we thank you for bringing Dakota into our fold, but now we got to maintain the horse, right? So it's not buy it and forget it. You still got to feed the sucker.
Yes. And you got to get
and they eat a lot.
like a horse. But it's really a lot of the vet bills, they really add up quick though. I mean, I know they give us discounts and so forth, but still at the end of the day, the medications, the injections, and it's sad. I know we lost a horse last year, and we're trying to keep it alive, but you do what you can. And it's just like, if it's not a quality life for that animal, then unfortunately you euthanize it.
Yeah, it's sad when you have to let one go, but they're like, I was teased because the dogs, mine dogs are inside, right? I see these videos of people where they have their horses inside. I'm like, oh, so I'm always teasing JR. Can we bring it inside? Can we?
Well, as long as somebody cleans up after the horse, I don't have a problem. You bring it in my house.
There you go, right? But I know you'd love to be involved with the Veterans Ranch, and but I know that that's just kind of your giving spirit. And the Veterans Ranch isn't the only organization that I know you've given a hand to. What else are you doing?
Well, I always sponsor SRQ vets, 941 vets, obviously the Veteran Ranch. Then there's I just sponsored the Polk County firefighters. They're doing I think their fourth annual golf tournament scramble. My son's a firefighter out in Polk County, so it's like, sure, I'll sponsor your whole team. And I'll do one of the whole sponsorships I'll donate some items for your raffle, box of grass holes along with a golf shirt, golf hat, a couple sleeves of balls. Then for your goodie bag, I'll give you all the grass holes you need, and you can put them all in your goodie bag. But as well as I just sent out 180 grass holes. The Idaho State Veteran Cemetery contacted me the other week. We're having problems with our sprinkler heads, and they're constantly getting broken. Can you send us some? I go, how many sprinkler heads do you have? Well, we got about 160, 180. I go, listen, I'll send out 180, carte blanche. You take care of those veterans in their final resting place and make sure they have the proper watering for the grass. So when their family and friends come to visit, it's a beautiful place.
Well, I want to pop that up because a lot of people might be like, grass holes, what? Right? What's this about? And it's a unique thing I never really thought about, but I'm like, oh my goodness, how important is this? This is your business, right?
Yes, it is.
Revolutionary protection for sprinkler heads. If you've ever been out there and you've seen like the sprinkler heads that are busted and the water shooting 6, 7 feet in the air, and you're like, what a waste of our good water, right? Resources. And you're like, well, there's another broken one. So talk to us a little bit about this cool invention that you've got.
I invented this to solve my own problem. I had cement donuts in my yard, and I went out there and, okay, I got 3 of them stacked on top of each other because they constantly sink. Then they start falling apart, and they don't really utilize, they're good for a little while, but they start falling apart, and, pieces get broken off, and they get caught up in your lawnmower blade. You just spun a bearing. Now you got to spend $1,000 to go fix it. So grass holes, which we've rebranded, it's called Sprinkler Guards by Grass Hole, so you know what it is. So you don't have to be a grass hole, you could be a sprinkler guard. So more than just protecting your sprinkler head, they help keep your sprinkler head aligned with the tube section, and you can see the perforations underneath. So if it's near your driveway or sidewalk or near a building or a tree, you just score along that perforation and snap it off. There's over 1,000 configurations there. I have them next to my driveway. I constantly run them over. I don't have an issue with my sprinkler heads. Unfortunately, sprinkler heads are not properly installed from the get-go, especially in new construction housing. I know there's a lot of professionals out there. Well, we got flex tube in this. I go, yes, you do, but how do you keep your sprinkler heads aligned? In Florida, we have St. Augustine grass, and it will actually prevent the pop-ups in your grass from popping up. And your rotary heads are exposed anyway, so you might as well put that in there to protect them. So, so I solved my own problem, and I'm sharing this with other people. Not only do they protect against lawnmowers, weed whackers, they protect us against snow blowers and snow plows. I have people in Utah and the Northeast and New Hampshire. They go, Ken, this is the best thing. My sprinkler heads, yeah, they got hit, but you know what? Thank God I had the grass hole there. And so that's the bottom line. I look to support their 100% veteran-owned. My company is certified by the SBA and state of Florida as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business. I manufacture them locally here in Manatee County. Actually, Bradenton, the factory's 5 minutes from my house. So I'm not only supporting the local economy, they hire veterans there too. And there's nothing better than supporting a product made in your own country, not a product made in China. I had that opportunity to go make my product in China. It's like, how can you do that as a veteran? How can you do that? You want to make it cheap? Yeah, you can buy some cheap donuts out there. I'm not going to say mine's the cheapest on the market, but in 2023 and 2024, I've been voted best of best, #1 sprinkler head protection product. I don't even know these people. So you want something cheap? Yeah, you're going to pay for what you get for. I'm giving you a quality product that's going to last.
I love it. Well, so we only had a few minutes to hop on and just kind of let everybody know, hey, meet Kenny. Reach out to him if you want to find out more about his products and what he's up to. He absolutely loves supporting the veteran community, and you have such a big heart for giving, and I love that about you, Kenny.
Yeah, it's not only the veterans. There's the Joey Powers Leukemia Project, near and dear to my heart. And of course, the Sarasota BMX track.
There it is. Lots
Thank
of
you.
it. All right, we'll bring
Thank
you
you.
back again, and we'll go into more details next time, and I'm looking forward to it. Meanwhile, signing off. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you all.